all the time growing up. I'm not going to tell you that something, unless it's really, I know it's wrong. I'm not going to tell you that the decisions that I'm trying to talk to you about when we talk about money are about right or wrong. I'm trying to get you to think about what's in your best interest and weigh out all the facts and all the conditions on what the consequences are for the decision you make, and then make a decision that's in your best interest. And I stress strongly owning property. I grew up in this business and I know how important it is, but it really took me 2 of their lifetimes to get them to understand it. But that's all right. I mean, that's when they were ready, and they were thrilled that they finally had made that decision.
Sure. And besides that, there's other programs. For example, the Florida Housing Finance Corporation has down payment assistance program. So certain people may qualify for programs that fit that need. God bless our soldiers. And if anybody has served in the military, whether it's active duty or in the reserves for a certain period of time, once they become discharged and have an honorable discharge, then they're eligible for VA financing, which is legitimately 100% financing.
Right.
And,
right.
When we hear low down payment and other, programs such as that, these aren't anything. The rates are conventional rates. They mirror image the regular rates. So right now, when I did a rate survey last Friday, you're talking a 30-year fixed rate, somewhere around 3.25%. That gives you a lot of buying power. And if you can get into something with little or no down payment, that's a very, very strong program. So veterans, God bless them. Thank you for their service. Here's a way to pay back. So let's not forget that option is out there, and it's a legitimate 100% financing program.
Exactly. And then some of these programs even have mortgage insurance premium relief, or don't, pay the private, some of the banks are paying some of the mortgage insurance premium or private mortgage insurance, depending on what kind of a loan. But just remember that there's a difference between the bank programs and then working with some of the independent loan specialists. And I think during some of the past broadcasts I've done, and I know you do this, Peter, I partner with the best. I rely on them, and and I support that people take advantage, depending on your entry level as a first-time home buyer, of the people that are out there. And I've mentioned some of these names before in previous broadcasts, but people like Janine Thompson and Joe Morningstar, Tony Moore, Bix Mannion, Don Grell, and some who can assist with those FHA or VA or reduced MIP or reduced PMI or home path loans or USDA home loans, And if you don't know where to reach out for the banks that do some of these other programs, get in touch with us. We'll let you know. Peter could certainly point you in the right direction as well. That's easy to reach, is realestatehotwired@gmail.com. So I have another question for you, Peter, talking about ways to buy houses as a first-time home buyer. How do you feel about using an option to buy with a lease to make a purchase? What's your thinking on that?
I think that's a very strong component to it. Some owners will offer a lease purchase program where you have a defined lease time period, 6, 12, 18, 24 months. You lease the home, and then you have a purchase with a definitive sale price to purchase the home, and that's where you transition from leasing the home to owning it. Or one of the programs that I'm very passionate about personally, and I'm the certified agent for Sarasota County, is the Home Partners of America Lease Purchase Program, which if somebody's not quite ready, they don't have enough saved up for a down payment, their credit may need a little bit of work within a year, and then they can close. Through the Home Partners of America program, we can find you a home. You pick the home you want. You have a predetermined lease arrangement before you get into this, and the Home Partners of America will actually buy the home. You will have prearranged a rental payment plan, and you'll have up to 5 years to close on the house. And it's all black and white spelled out, and it's a very, very easy application process. And that allows somebody to pick the home of their choice. So it's not like you're looking for a rental. You're looking for a home. You're out there. You pick the home. You say, this is the one we want. And then you get into the program, and then they allow you the flexibility that maybe you're not ready at the first year, but within the second year. So, it's a simple application process. Once approved, you work with myself. We go out looking at homes. Then we submit the home that you want to the program. Once the program approves the home, and it's a very quick, easy, because we've already pre-evaluated the homes. They purchase the program. You sign a 1-year lease, and you either renew the lease or you buy the home from there, and you transition through. So that's another great option that's out there for somebody that wants to do it but may not totally qualify today. This gives them a very valid way to actually go forth, and then they can still buy the home they want. So they don't have to move again. You rent it for a year or whatever you determine. Could be a shorter period. I know folks in the program that have actually thought they were going to lease it for a year and have actually closed, within, say, 8 months. They took care of what they needed to, and then they closed. So you're not renting and then buying. You're, in theory, you are, but you're physically moving in, and that is going to be your home.
So okay. I know we're getting close. We probably only have 4 or 5 minutes left, but so how do they come up with the rent or the what you're going to pay during the leasing period? How is all that figured out for them?
That's figured out ahead of time based on the property. We have a list of the properties in Sarasota County that qualify, and the rent is right in our list.
Wow, that I didn't know about that program, so that's really interesting. So, so Peter, what of all the things that we've kind of gone over today, what is the most important thing you'd want our listener to take away from a broadcast today, keeping in mind that we're really gearing this today towards that first-time home buyer market?
That they should not go out and do it on their own. They should not apply for loans online. They need to talk to, hopefully, you, Maggie, or myself, but talk with a professional realtor that's going to give them the proper guidance and not lead them down a wrong path or a rabbit hole that they're not going to be able to get out of.
And I'm going to add to that. I'm glad you said that. I wasn't prepared for that, but that brought to mind, I heard that one of the things that's come out of this coronavirus is that there are some lenders that are only going to work, title companies that are only going to work with online. They don't want anybody coming in. And if your lender isn't set up to do that, and there are many ways to help somebody get to that finish line. That's why you want a professional. That's why you come to a real estate agent or a broker associate or a broker who knows enough about this business and has been in it long enough that they're going to help you put that camel through the needle eye. And so Peter, you're so right. Don't try and do this alone. It's definitely for a first-time home buyer. I don't even think that an experienced investor should try and sell his own property. I really think that that's one place where you benefit by using the real estate agent. Not everyone agrees with me on that, but if
you need to have your toe amputated, you're not going to do it yourself. You're not going to go to the workshop and get out the saw and do it. When you're talking about probably one of the largest financial transactions you're going to make in a lifetime. Why would you do it on your own without a professional?
Exactly. Well, this has been very informative for me, and I hope our audience thought we shared something today that we can help them look at how they might invest in real estate in the future, because real estate, home ownership, is the easiest, most effective way to build wealth. I invite you to join Peter and I next week as we discuss buy and hold strategies for investors. This has been Real Estate Hotwired with Maggie Rose March, an informed voice for a novice investor, a voice of reason for the seasoned investor. Thank you for listening, and please, if you missed any of this broadcast or are interested in knowing more about our past guests, please find us on societybiteradio.com, part of the Radio Ear Network. If you have any questions or comments, please contact me, Maggie, at maggierosemarch.com, or our production coordinator, Mark Stewart, via email. Send that request to realestatehotwired@gmail.com. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
This has been Real Estate Hotwired with Maggie Rose March.